Want to learn how you can easily make Rice Krispie party favors using 5x7 Party Printables paper? Then keep on watching. Hey y'all, Victoria Shree here with Pretty Party and Crafty, and we're jumping right into how to design a Rice Krispie treat wrappers using the mini 5x7 Party Printables paper, which is going to save you time from having to cut. So you can get the template and mock-up for Photoshop from us. We also have a Canva template as well. I'll link both of those in the description. If you get the Photoshop version, it'll come with a mock-up and a template and lets you know about the font. But again, even if you don't want to purchase the template, I'll let you know the dimensions and everything like that. So this is what the 5x7 template looks like if you get our Photoshop version. If you look to the right side panel, it lets you know what all the layers are. I have them grouped in folders. So you have a folder for the text. Okay, so you will have your description here, design, nutritional facts here, adhere tape here. So some of these things, of course, if you want to, you can delete this. You can also just click the eyes to hide them. Then we have our shapes. So the back rectangle, the middle stripe, and then the taped area. Again, if you want to delete it, feel free. And last part, we have our background color. You can always use a pattern instead or put a digital paper on top. Okay, so those are just the layers of this template. Now, if you're not using this template, the first thing you need to know that the dimensions are 5x7 because we're going to be using the 5x7 paper. Okay, so this also lets you know where everything is. The front is actually going to start at 2.5 inches until 4.5 inches. So the middle area starts at 2.5 to 4.5. Okay, everything else is the sides and the back. So again, middle area starts at the 2.5 mark and ends at the 4.5 mark. All right, and then the edges are about 0.75 inches. So 3/4 of an inch on the left side, 3/4 of an inch on the right side. All right, let's go ahead and get started with designing. When I'm designing, the first thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and get my background set up. If you want to just have a color, that's fine. If you have patterns saved, that's fine. But I'm just going to go ahead and start designing. All right, I'm going to speed up this part of the video. It's just me designing. So to bring your images in, there's two ways you can do that. You can go File, Place, Embedded, or you can have the folder open and just click and drag it over. So I have my background. I'm adding my nutritional facts. I already have that pre-made, so it makes the design process easier. Then I'm adding some additional clip art to match with the background. And then I'll make changes to my font. So I'll change the colors to match the theme. I'll change the fonts and the style to give it a little Valentine's look. But one of the things that I wanted to make sure that I told you about was having PNG crimps. This is one of the easiest ways to make your party favors, especially Rice Krispie treats and chip bags. Anything that you would normally crimp manually with a paper crimper, you can get the PNG image from my shop. So I have it saved on my computer and I just click and drag it over onto the design and then I rotate it. And then I place it on the edge, enlarge it, make sure it fits the left and the right edges. And that's it. Let's get ready to print and I'll let you know all the settings that you need. All right, you're going to go to File, Print. All right, once your printer dialog box pops up, you're going to select your printer. Make sure you select copies and hit print settings. Here's where you're going to set your paper settings. So for paper source, you're going to select where the paper is. So I'm going to select rear paper feeder. For document size, we're printing on 5x7 Party Printables paper. So you're going to select 5x7 for the size. Make sure borderless is checked. If you get a warning, just hit OK and go to the settings. And we want to choose medium for the enlargement. If you select minimum, you might see a white edge. If you select standard, it might be too big. So medium, auto expand, and then hit OK. Once you do that, we're going to make sure portrait is selected. Paper type is going to be photo paper glossy. If you have an HP printer, make sure you choose HP photo. Then for quality, you can choose high or standard depending on your printer. And then press OK. Okay, and just a quick tip. After we select print, we want to make sure that when we put our 5x7 paper into the paper tray, that you move the paper guides. The paper guides should have a snug fit around your paper. So again, make sure you move those paper guides and hit print. And now we're going to go ahead, get this printed and start assembling. All right, so these are all of our supplies. First, we have our paper. This is the Party Printables paper, mini 5x7 in size. Next, we have our double-sided tape. We have our Fiskars pinking shears for a zigzag edge, optional. And we have our 0.78 ounce Krispie treats. Now, this is what the design looks like printed. As you can see, I printed my crimps, so this is going to make it easier for us, so we don't have to manually crimp. This is saving us time. Same thing with scissors. We don't have to cut it. Now we're going to assemble. Turn it face down, and across the top, down the right, and across the bottom, we're adding our tape. So if you don't want to use tape, if you're more comfortable with the glue gun, you can do that. Once we add the tape, I'm going to wrap it. So I have my Rice Krispie treat on the center. Adhere tape here, you can see that's on the left side. And with the P&G crimp, we can actually make it really even and line it up. Once we close that, we're going to seal the edges, kind of squeeze the middle. And that's pretty much it. The very last thing, I'm adding my zigzag edges for a more decorative look. But this is the easiest way to do Rice Krispie treat wrappers. So if you've watched this far, if you learned something new, be sure to like this video, subscribe, and let me know what you want to see. More details are in the description. Later, y'all.